Battson, and tonight we're going to be exploring the fascinating and wonderful history of the honorable duel. The honorable duel, let's make this quick distinction, is not the hot-blooded, spur-of-the-moment fight between two men, but the cold and calculated fight that is born before witnesses and a strict code of honor. The honorable duel is born from the judicial duel, which was a trial by ordeal, which basically meant that if God knew that you were innocent, he would save you from being hurt, or anything like that. So basically, people burnt their hands, they did all sorts of things. So what would happen was the accused would take off their glove, throw it to the ground, and said, "I am not guilty, and I will prove it with my body." The accuser would pick it up and say, "I assert my accusation, and I will stand it with my body as well." And then whoever would win and be tried innocent. Weird cases like this were the big thing that kept this alive. The case. The Count was murdered, dead in his bed, and the cousin, named Gontrad, would accuse the wife. And the wife didn't want to fight, so she wanted a champion, and no one would stand up for him because Gontrad was the best swordsman in the land. All right? And then what would happen is Illinger, this godson of the one, the godson was 15, thank you. The godson was 15, decided to fight, and he was trying to be talked out of it, nothing happened. So what happens, they charged into the battlefield, the lance broke off the young boy's shield, and he finally knocked the dude off the thing. Basically, he just cut the dude's head off and held it up to the king. I'm running out of time, sorry. All right, the honorable duel. The honorable duel, basically after this new invention called trial by jury came about, the trial by ordeal kind of fell out of favor, and who picked it up but the nobles? The nobles decided that the best way to settle if one was, I don't know, forget this. All right, we'll skip ahead again. Sorry, all right, I'll keep going. All right, the honorable duel. Basically, I've been wronged. I would send you a challenge, either very polite or highly critical. And what would happen is I send it to you, and then you get to respond by picking the weapon, the time, and place. The weapons range from the pistols, the ever-popular sword, or any weapon imaginable. All right, so, all right, this one, I did not allocate enough time, and I know that, so you're just going to have to Google this one. But this next one I'm going to be talking about is indeed the cool one. Basically, if the Germans started the duel, the French perfected it and made it the best of the evil. All right, that's the evilest looking French dude I could find. But this guy, Chevalier d'Andrew, is basically the most evil guy I can think of. Once, while challenged, the man who challenged him said, "You will be the 10th man I killed." And he returned and said, "You will be the 72nd man I've killed." And he proved it true. Often, he would defeat his opponents, wound them, and on the ground, he'd hold the knife to their throat and say, "Deny God, and I will let you live." And after they denied God, he would slit their throat for the very purpose of killing his soul and his body at the same time. Wanted that pleasure. I don't know, he's an evil dude, man. All right, the French. All right. Dueling became so popular throughout the land that it was hard to walk through in the 1700s and 1800s, hard to walk through a city without hearing the clash of swords and the firing of muskets. And obviously it came to America. In America, some of the most popular activities was dueling. In South, it was one of the big things. This is actually a designated dueling ground right outside of New Orleans. And obviously there are some amazing duels that happened here in the Americas. The Battle of the Sandbar Fight is by James Bowie, hence the Bowie knife. He was not actually the person that was involved in it. He was a second, and he got stabbed with a sword that stuck in his ribs, and he finally gutted a man, and that's how his knife became famous. All right, Lincoln, you may or may not know, had a duel. He had a duel. He wrote a very nasty little letter under a fake name criticizing James Shields, and James Shields challenged him to a duel. He decided to fight with cow pies. That just pissed off Shields even more. So basically what happened was he decided swords are going to be it. And Abraham Lincoln showed up and started cutting branches off the tree to show how wide his reach was, and Shields decided to give it up. He was like, "Yeah, no, I think I'll just apologize." All right, other famous duels. The Alexander Hamilton versus Aaron Burr was another famous duel that actually, because Alexander Hamilton was killed, depopularized dueling all in the North. Andrew Jackson was also shot in the ribs, broke 2 ribs, and then killed his guy and became a president. So our president's a pretty good dude. The downfall of the duel, there were edicts sent by kings, generals, threatened to kill anyone who challenged anyone in a duel, and all sorts of stuff. Basically, if you don't like anything I said, you can just come meet me at the Smurf Turf at noon, and I'll have a sword ready. So.